Hey everybody, welcome back to the best coin news channel on YouTube. I'm Sonofasilverstacker. Today's date is April 13, 2024. Now, if you're new here, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We're trying to get to a bazillion subs. Isn't that cool? Wouldn't that be a big, huge number? Don't even know how big that is, but it's got to be huge. Now, over here to moneymetals.com. So it looks like gold ended the week at 2355.15. It was at $2,400 at some point. That's just amazing. Silver ended the week at 28.11. Platinum at 988.85. Remarkable that that's just been so stagnant for platinum. And then palladium ended the week at 1086.65. You're looking at an in stock American Silver Eagle, whose premium is 819. You're going to get out of there for a total of 36.30 for a total of 1 through 39, and they will buy those back from you for 31.11 each. Now over here to the bullion sales at the United States Mint. Yeah, sus. That's all I got to say. Sus. It just, I don't know where they got those numbers for March in about maybe 1.5 weeks into April. It just makes no sense. Whatever. I don't know. Head scratcher. Now, this is Numismatic News, and this is by Richard Gidroyich, and this was 20 hours ago. And it says here, this is the title, Cost to Produce Money on the Rise. We know that's a really not a news story, right? We know that things are getting more expensive across the board, all across the board. And it's kind of surprising that the mint hasn't actually raised their prices again. Or maybe they raised them so high last time that they don't have to have any movement this time around. Maybe their economists projected that it would be like this, right? So it says here the cost of producing a single cent has increased by 12.9% to 3.07 cents from 2.72 cents each. That's right. So what does that mean? Well, it costs more to do business, more to strike coins, and there they are. Wouldn't that be amazing to put your fingers through that? Now, it says here, according to a recent U.S. Mint report, the fiscal year, all right, 2023 average spot prices for nickel decreased 5.1%, all right? Now, average copper prices also decreased 8.5%, all right? And zinc prices, yeah, that's mostly what the Lincoln or Zinken cent is, right? Decreased 22%, all right? But here's the kicker. Here's the head scratcher. And it says here the cost of producing a single cent has increased. Okay, so the raw material, right, is going down in costs, but it's increased in the cost to produce them. Now, what do you think that increase is from, folks? Probably labor, right? And increased costs for labor for sure. And maybe even energy, power, water, those sorts of things. Maybe not necessarily. But here's another thing. It's not going to be long until we're going to have copper and nickel go into another bull market. And I can show you that here in a second. So what that means is, well, and I think the folks over at the United States Mints and the Secretary or the Department of the Treasury, they know what's going on. All right, they're not stupid over there. They have analysts and they have people who are looking into the metal composition and changing the metal composition because they're losing money. All right, now they're supposed to make money in more ways than one, right? Here we go. Let's keep on keeping on. So this is the Google machine, and this is the Coin Metal Modification Authorization and Cost Saving Act in Congress. It's a mouthful, isn't it? It says here at the bottom of this article, it says here, while you may be shaking your head, remember that neither Congress nor the U.S. Mint has indicated that there's any change to our change on the horizon. I like the way they did that. Collectors should consider that circulation lifespan of our zinc-coated copper-clad, that's a mouthful, is questionable due to its poor quality composition. Absolutely. For that reason, collectors may want to search out high-grade examples of post 82 cents. That's right. All right, here we go. Let's go to the Bipartisan Coin Metal Modification Authorization and Cost Savings Act. Whew, wow. And it authorizes the United States Mint to modify the metallic composition of circulating coins if the modification will reduce costs incurred by taxpayers. I thought the United States Mint doesn't make any... Wait. Cost to taxpayer. I thought they were running on their own budget and they never cost taxpayer a dime. Well, maybe AI is just flawed. I don't know. But it's interesting how they say that the taxpayers, right? And so allow for a seamless transition into circulation and have minimal impact on the public. Now, folks, I have purchased a Jefferson nickel. I've weighed it. It weighs 5 grams. All right. Maybe no, it weighed 495 grams. 4.95 grams, and I thought maybe it would be different. It really isn't, but it is in that tolerance for the weight of a nickel, because I think some nickels weigh 5.05 grams, some of the heavier ones if they have some muck on them. Isn't that interesting? So basically, we are looking, and this was from April 24, 2023, and that's from Senator Maggie Hassan, .gov, right? So she's looking into it, and she's not the only one, right? So there's other things happening in Congress. Now, let's keep on keeping on, folks. I'm going to paint this picture. I'm going to frame this. And this was actually the biggest surprise to me. Now, I know that this happened, but I didn't know that when it happened. Okay, it says the Coinage Act of 1965. This is when they took the silver out of our coinage. Now, it's also known as Public Law 89-81, and it was passed on July 23rd, 1965. So it looks like, folks, that the United States Mint, the United States government, they took the silver out of our circulating coins in 1965 in July. So that's how many months into the year? That's 7 months. That's more than a year. Or more than a half a year, right? More than a year. How'd that happen? More than a half a year, all right, that the United States Mint and the Treasury Department did not strike circulating coins, right? I mean, that's incredible. Because look, we have I mean, if you get a silver 1965 quarter, it might be from an, a mistake or something. There could be other sets. But look at this. This is the kicker, all right? It says the act replaced silver with alloys of copper, zinc, manganese, and nickel, and also banned mint marks to discourage the collection of silver coins based on the marks. That's a big you-know-what to the collector. Like, you know what I mean? They're like, yeah, take that, collector. You know what I mean? It's like they can't even appreciate the people who appreciate them. What's up with that? The act also called for the gradual reduction of silver content in half dollars from 40% to the same composition as a diamond quarter. Yeah, it's like when Metallica sued their own fans. Did they sue their own fans? I don't know. I forget. I think it was some Napster thing when they sued their own fans. How do you sue your own fans? I don't know. Or do something like that to your own fans who appreciate you. I don't even know. Well, here we go. What month did the U.S. Mint issue the 1965 quarter? I didn't know this until this morning, folks. Check this out. The U.S. Mint began striking clad quarters in August. That's the 8th month of the year, 1965, and released them into what? Into circulation November 1st, 1965. Now, folks, if you were living in the 60s, mid-60s, you were like, we're the 65 nickels, or we're the 65 quarters, we're the 65 dimes, and so on and so forth, right? So you were probably scratching your head going, where the heck are they? Well, there you go. They had previously made 90% silver quarters, but frozen the date to 1964 to prevent coin speculators from hoarding them. Yowza. It's all our fault. Now, what's interesting here is if you've ever been coin roll hunting, you will find a plethora of 1965 quarters. They are everywhere. Like savoir-faire is everywhere. Yeah, that guy. Now, here we are at Washington quarter mintage figures. All right. That's the Washington quarter when he still faced God before he turned his back on God with the state quarter program and the American Women Quarters program. I'm just saying, that's what people told me. I don't know. Now, here we go. This is the Eagle reverse. And as you can see here, there's something going on here between 1932 and 1934. Yeah, what happened in 1933, folks? Yeah, the U.S. Mint and the Treasury Department did not strike any Washington quarters that year. Isn't that interesting? It's something to think about. Now, let's keep on keeping on. Now, we're looking here at we're looking for the numbers for 1965, okay? We're looking at the numbers. And because there was no mint mark, both mints were striking coins in 1965, right? So there we go. San Francisco, 2.3 million. All right, look at that. 1.8 billion. And they give credit to the Philadelphia Mint, even though it was Denver and Philadelphia Mint striking these coins. And it was 1.8 billion. That's remarkable, folks. And they did that for a few years, right? 65, 66, and 67. And look at that. They really didn't get back to this number, 1.8 billion, until 1995, folks. So you could look through all these numbers. Oh, and what's the deal here? There was, so 2 years they didn't make a Washington quarter, 1933 and 1975. Now, if you find a Washington quarter from 1975, let me know. I'll buy it from you. Now, here we go. Look at this, 1976. That is 2 years of striking quarters, and they had 1.6, maybe almost 1.7 billion, right? We didn't get to that 1965, 1.8 billion. So let's go to 1995, and we can see. Now, really, if you add these up, Philadelphia and Denver, you got 1.1, 1.2 billion, right? But you don't have the 1.8 billion until you get to, where it is. That's pretty solid right there. It's 1.5, maybe 1.6, and then bam, 2 billion coins, 2 billion Washington quarters struck in 1995. That's why you'll see those and the 1965 quarter in circulation quite often. And sometimes those 1995 quarters look pretty sweet, actually. They're pretty good shape. Now, let's keep on keeping on. There's a lot more to go. Now it says here, copper and nickel are strategic metals. I've been telling you about this, folks. Copper and nickel are considered strategic metals because they are essential building blocks for electric vehicles and other key technologies for the energy transition. That's the phase of the world we're in. We're in a transition right now, folks. The need for strategic metals is increasing due to modern living, technological advancements, and the growing demand for a green economy. In the next 25 years, this is the gut punch right here. We're going to need to mine as much copper as we have in the past 5,000 years. So in the next 25 years, we're going to mine 5,000 years worth of copper as we had in the last 5,000. That's a what? Yeah, that's a cripload of copper. Let's keep on keeping on because it gets more intense, right? Copper and nickel are strategic for war. That's absolutely correct. Copper and nickel are strategic metals for war because they're used in many military applications. Now, here's copper, used in a wide range of military applications, including wiring, guidance systems, ammunition, and naval vessels. Copper is also flexible, so it can be combined with lead and nickel to make military gear and body armor that can withstand impact. Yeah, there you go. And nickel, well, used to produce stainless steel, which is used across armor plating and tanks, aerospace alloys, ships, and military batteries. Oh, batteries, wait. Yeah, there's a huge need for batteries, especially in drones, especially in those drones that are like, crash into tanks. You know what I mean? They're not getting that nickel back, right? They're not getting those batteries back. So they're going to be expending a lot of nickel and copper in these drones that don't ever come back, right? So that's amazing. And that's why I think we're transitioning out of copper and nickel, especially now. It's just remarkable. Let's keep on keeping on. I'm telling you. Here's copper prices. Copper futures hit highest level since 2022. Remember what happened then? Copper prices climbed to 2024 high. All right, we're at the highest peak point in 2024 as Citi calls the start of the metal's second bull market this century. Wow. Here we go. Copper price rally continues with surge to highest in 22 months. So there it is. It's off to the races, folks. Industrial metals jump as investors bet on rising China demand. Profiting from copper craze, 3 stocks to buy. Copper price forecast raised to 9,200 a ton at PMI and tight supply and China optimism. There it is. And let me just go ahead and put some perspective into this where we can all wrap our head around it, okay? This is CoinApps. This is the U.S. Coin Rolls calculator, and there's a reason why. You ever meet somebody that collects pre-1982 Lincoln cents? Well, this is if you have one roll and there's 50 pennies in a roll, right? So this is the zinc and cents. It's 97.5 zinc and cent. All right, and then 95% copper. If we have one roll and it should be worth 50 cents, right? 50 pennies in a roll. And no, the metal content alone, the copper, it makes it worth $1.41. That's remarkable, folks. That's for 50 pennies. 50. That's right. And they can be in any condition you want. They're pennies. It's copper, right? Now, what are they if they're the zinc and cents? Yeah, wah. Not even worth face. But there was a time where zinc was also getting up there in price as well. And we could see that, but I'm not sure when. But look at this. Roll of Jefferson nickels. Yep, look at that. Bam! That's a $2 roll worth 30 cents more than its face. Now, we were at a point where this was worth $2.75, almost $3 for a roll of nickels. That's incredible as well. So that puts it a little bit into perspective, and it might explain why we are not seeing, there it is. Yeah, not too many Jefferson nickel rolls on eBay. I did find this person here. That's 2023. Yay. But look at this. Unopened, uncirculated bankroll of 2024 Philadelphia minted nickels in stock and ready to ship. And $20 for two. That's 10 times the price, but you do get free shipping, and it is Philadelphia. This person is selling them for 2024, but they are few and far between pre-sale. So really, there's only 3 sellers of nickels, and I believe most of them are only in Pennsylvania, if I'm not mistaken. That's remarkable. And other than that, you don't see any other 2024 Jefferson nickels. Now it keeps on keeping on, because check this out. Yeah, Roosevelt dimes, nada, zero, none, zip. So are they going to wait until July or August to roll out that new law and say, we're going to change the metal contents, and it's all gone, right? So that's going to be interesting. Now let's roll the plus ones, folks. Bam. All right, Proverb 22:9. One with a good eye will be blessed, for they have given their bread to the poor. And I think one with a good eye is someone who not only gives, but gives willingly without resentment or hesitation. Somebody who actually finds joy in helping others. Is that what you do too? Now, I'm going to watch this band on Sunday. This is Flock of Seagulls. Hope you dig it. This is the greatest hits, all their songs. Now, with that said, I want to thank y'all for coming. Stacker out.